If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
The Mexicans get out of here and you get out of here. You go back to Mexico and you tell your Mexican friends, you tell your Mexican family that they better stay in Mexico. You tell everybody south of the border, they better stay south of the border.
If I was the border girl like Kamala Harris is supposed to be, that would have been my policy day one.
What's up, YouTube? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Who was that black dude in that third clip? He was kind of handsome, no homo. But like for real though, Selena Gomez is not a cry. When you see her cry, remember this. She is a Hollywood actress. You really think she's being for real right now? I'm supposed to take her serious? I'm not supposed to think, oh, she's fake and she's just doing this for show? Cause like, come on now. Did Selena cry when 300,000 kids were missing from the border? Did Selena cry from what happened to Lincoln Riley that was beat to death from a daggone legal that was trying to essay her? Did Selena cry then? Oh no, she was quiet then, but she chooses on to put this virtue signal and stuff now. And they're really only focusing on the criminals, the one that's doing the crime they're focusing on. Those are the people she's crying for right now. But they'll say, oh, they're getting other people too. Yes, because y'all don't want to keep the criminals in jail and let ICE take them from the jail and deport them. You're saying, oh, they got to go into the neighborhoods. And if the illegal that commits crime is in the neighborhood, stand next to a illegal that's like, hey, yo, he's pretty chill. He tried to do the right thing. They're going to be like this. Oh, you're a criminal. We're here to arrest you and deport you. Who are you again? That's what's happening. And then they say, oh, I illegal too, Bobby. I illegal too. That's the Dominican accent. And then they get them both taken out. Is that messed up? Is that effed up? I don't know. I'm not here to say. I think it's a problem. If Biden didn't open the borders to the extent he did, it wouldn't have been this bad. We would have to do this. But now because of what the previous administration did, we have to do this. It might be drastic. Some people might think it's wrong, but sometimes the thing that you think is wrong got to be done. But let's continue. We're going to talk about the daggone JD Vance interview. I don't know who that lady was, but he did a phenomenal interview with her. And I'm saying it right now. JD Vance might be the 48th president when he beat AOC. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be JD Vance versus AOC because the Democrats, this was how the Democrats do. Okay, we had a white man for so long. We had a black man. We had a black woman. They're not going back to white. They're going to say, who can we have next? A Spanish woman. That's what they're going to try to do. I'm calling it now. It is that on January 27th. It's going to be AOC versus JD Vance, and JD Vance is going to win. That's not called, but let's get into that interview. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe.
Well, Margaret, I don't agree that all these immigrants or all these refugees have been properly vetted. In fact, we know that there are cases of people who allegedly were properly vetted and then were literally planning terrorist attacks on our country. That happened during the campaign, if you may remember. So clearly not all of these foreign nationals have been properly vetted.
But there are 30,000 people in the pipeline, Afghan refugees.
But my primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people. And now that we know that we have vetting problems with a lot of these refugee programs, we absolutely cannot unleash thousands of unvetted people into our country.
These people
it's
are
not
vetted.
good.
These people are vetted.
Just like the guy who planned a terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted, and many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Clearly he wasn't. I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted, and because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me.
He said this dude was planning terrorist attacks and wanted to bring harm to people. When she said, well, he could have been radicalized before he got there or when he was in the country. Like, what type of response is that? It doesn't matter if the dude was planning to do something evil before he got here or when he got here. Take him out. Like, if we catch you trying to plan something evil, you gotta go, bro. Like, for real. This is my problem with Democrats. They want to be so, oh, I'm a good Democrat, I'm gonna play the part, that they say these dumb things and people hear them like, did you really just say that? Did you really just say, well, we don't know if he was radicalized before he got here or once he got here? Does it really matter? Like, come on now. And then they talked about the 14th Amendment issue. My thing is, the 14th Amendment was specifically for the slaves. Like, when that was the people that were trying to give citizenship to, because of the slaves were like the people that were like, I forgot the exact verbiage, but it was like, I gotta look up the verbiage. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. The part they need to focus in on is the subject to the jurisdiction thereof is a phrase from the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, meaning all people born or naturalized in the United States are considered citizens unless they are not fully under the legal authority of the United States government. Let me guess, you're going to say when they're in America, they're under the jurisdiction of America. But think about this. There are several countries, including Mexico, where if you commit a crime and you're a Mexican citizen, Mexican national, you commit a crime outside Mexico, like in America, Mexico could try you in a court of law. So if they're really under the jurisdiction of America, they should be able to do something in America, go to Mexico and not be held criminally liable for anything. But because they are under the jurisdiction of both daggone America and Mexico, they could be tried criminally for stuff that they do overseas. Germany got something like that. Canada got something like that. France and UK also got similar laws. So that means if a person is a national or a citizen of a different country, they still fall under the laws of that country too for certain incidents, which makes them not fully under the jurisdiction of America, meaning that the 14th Amendment shouldn't apply to them or their seed. If you could tell me where I'm wrong about that, I'm not a daggone constitutional lawyer, constitutional expert, or a legal lawyer expert at all. But if you think that don't make sense, you think that sounds stupid, tell me why. Sorry for the break, but let's continue and see what JD Vance's response to her when she brought up the 14th Amendment issue. Let's check it out.
If you are a lawful permanent resident or a legal immigrant who plans to stay, your children, of course, should become American citizens. But let's say you're the child of an ambassador. You don't become...
But that's not part of it.
Well, that is an important principle.
Diplomats.
But we're saying that carve-out should apply to anybody who doesn't plan to stay here. If you come here on vacation and you have a baby in an American hospital, that baby doesn't become an American citizen. If you're an illegal alien and you come here temporarily, hopefully, your child does not become an American citizen by virtue of just having been born on American soil. It's a very basic principle in American immigration law that if you want to become an American citizen and you've done it the right way, and the American people in their collective wisdom have welcomed you into our national community, then you become a citizen. But temporary residents, people who come in here, whether legally or illegally, and don't plan to stay, their children should become American citizens. I don't know any country that does that or why we would be different.
Well, this is a country founded by immigrants.
Well, this is a country founded by... This is a very unique country, and it was founded by some immigrants and some settlers. But just because we were founded by immigrants doesn't mean that 240 years later that we have to have the dumbest immigration policy in the world. No country says that temporary visitors, their children, will be given complete access to the benefits and blessings of American citizenship. America should actually look out for the interests of our citizens first, and that means, again, if you're here permanently and lawfully, your kid becomes an American citizen. If you're not here permanently, if you're not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and don't plan to be, why would we make those people's children American citizens permanently?
I find it weird that America's the only country where if you are like 9 months pregnant, you come to America, drop your baby, that baby automatically becomes a citizen. Like no other country in the world will allow your child to become a citizen just because the child was born there. Like, there's a lot of countries, like, even if your child's born there and one of the parents is not a citizen, one of the parents are, it still give you some trouble, still give you some issues. But, like, America, anyone citizenship anytime. Like, why are we the only country like that? That never made sense to me. I really feel like the way to try to interpret the daggone 14th Amendment is to try to allow people in just because they want more people in for that cheap labor. But it shouldn't really apply to them because it was meant for the daggone slaves in the 1800s, meant for those the black Africans, the black slaves that were on the fields. That's what it was meant for. It was not meant for someone that's 9 months pregnant, comes to America from a foreign country and they say, I'm gonna have my baby here. And JD Vance was right about that. He was right about saying, yo, our immigration policy doesn't make sense that someone could just have the child here and they automatically become a citizen through that child. I agree with him. That don't make sense. Like, if you want to disagree with me, go ahead, disagree with me. Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and like the video if you agree with me that JD Vance is most likely going to be the next president of the United States. That's just my guess. I might be wrong. I might be right. We never know. But for now, ayo, I'm out.
And we're out of here like a screaming herd of turtles.